I'll tell you where I live here in Southern California because my friend John Kirkland lives here, and he's he's the money guy. You ever wonder what an institutional investor does, especially with publicly traded companies? You talk about the institutional investors?
Big boys, large amounts of money.
That's exactly right. John Kirkland joins us with Ironridge Global Partners. John, welcome to the program, man.
Thanks for having me.
All the way down from Southern California into Southern California.
Big trip from LA to San Diego.
Do you ever have to leave and go on business trips for what you do, or do you get to sit in the?
I spent a month in China last year.
That's not a bad deal. China's okay.
Or was it?
I went
look
from
on your
Hong
face
Kong.
says it wasn't that
I
good.
went from Hong Kong to Shanghai to Beijing and never once saw the sun.
Is that right?
It makes our smog look like a crystal clear day.
Oh, is that right?
That
Okay.
is.
I saw every solar panel in the country, and I said, "How do you power this thing?" They said, "You see that giant coal plant over there?"
Oh, yeah.
The coal powers
Wow.
the. Hey, talk to us about institutional investing, because I think there's a lot of listeners that we have and a lot of viewers that we have that have no idea what it means. There's investment bankers, there's merchant bankers, there's regular banking, there's venture capital, there's private equity.
God, yes.
Where does institutional investing kind of fall into that category?
We're the guys who actually write the checks.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Bankers call us and ask us to write checks. Companies call us and ask us to write checks, and we're the guys who actually put out the money.
You know, that's really funny that you say that, because it's true. Because anybody who tries to get a small business loan or tries to go to a venture capital firm, that's a 6-month process down the road. You guys basically take a look at the company, you take a look at the management team, and then you look at how the stock's trading. How do you guys make your decisions?
We do a mix of technical and fundamental. Technical means what is the stock doing, and fundamental means what is the company doing.
And is there an asset test, or is everyone different?
If the technicals are horrible, the fundamentals better be fantastic, and vice versa. But usually it's right in the middle. You know, you've got to have decent technicals, and you've got to have potential.
Is it a little roll of the dice, a little bit of the.
Well, yeah, I would say
you got feeling like
It makes Vegas look safe.
Is that right?
Wow.
You have to have a certain demeanor to invest as an institutional investor, don't
You have to just not care how many zeros are on the check, because some days it just goes out and never comes home again.
But you guys win more than you lose, though. Okay? Because
We're still here, which means we win more than we lose.
Well,
yeah.
but that's the thing too. You have to think. It's like the old joke. The guy came over to fix my TV, and he hit it with a hammer, and it fixed. And he says $100. And I said, "What's $100 for?" He says, $1 to hit it with the hammer, $99 knowing where to hit it. Same thing with you guys. You guys know what you're looking at the same.
We
time.
hope so. I mean, you gotta know how to pick them, because everybody wants you to write a check, and if you pick the wrong place, it's just gone.
What are the hot places to pick now?
I love China.
Really?
We're really
Apparently
hot for
so.
China.
You were there for a whole
There you
month.
go.
You only had one meeting. Explain yourself.
And it's not just the food.
So you like.
I saw the Great Wall, and I got to write it off, so it was a good trip.
That's not a bad deal. Is it all about companies in China? I mean,
It's undervalued. For us, it's all about what's undervalued. So you have to look at what do we think it's actually worth, and what does the market think it's worth. And if there's a disconnect, that's where we want to go.
So you're basically buying straw hats in the winter there. What you're basically doing is you're getting value plays on maybe companies that nobody's taken a look at, possibly, or the fact that.
Well, in China, they've all looked at them, but there was massive accounting fraud in China.
Oh.
Okay.
Because when they took everybody public. You know, you run a dim sum shop on the corner. Great, you can be public.
Oh, no.
Now you've got $10 million in revenue.
Oh, no kidding.
And so everybody figured this out and fled. And so they've thrown out the baby with the bathwater. So all these fantastic companies are now trading below book value.
How do you wade through those waters, though?
You have to do your diligence.
Okay.
In Chinese, that's got to be tough.
Well, I mean, that's it. And listen, there's
an
some
international deal.
Well, there's something to be said about that. How do you get boots on the ground there? Do you guys have to physically go there and look at these deals individually? I mean, can you look at all the deals?
Well, our name was Ironridge Global, so we felt we had to go at least somewhere out of the country.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You got to have somebody on the street in China. You got to look and say, you're investing in a pig farm. Where are the pigs?
And it's as simple as that. Now, do you have those type of people? So you create relationships. So you have people on boots on the ground over there.
Well, I married a woman in Taiwan, so it's her I trust.
Okay.
You got to send the family over. You have to have somebody who's both native speaker and understands the culture, so that when somebody says no, they really mean yes. You understand that.
Really?
And when somebody says, "There's all my pigs," you check and make sure. You ask the guy with the pigs, "Are these his pigs?" And he says, "No." What are you talking about?
Okay, so it is as simple as that, huh? It's about doing diligence in that way. Now, basically, do you only deal with publicly traded companies, or deal with privately held companies
We
as well?
only do public companies.
That's because of the path of liquidity. In other words, you guys you'll have stock that you can turn into cash rather than having to wait for a company to go public or get acquired.
Ultimately, our exit strategy is to sell the stock, and we hope to sell it someday for more than we bought it for.
That's easy.
So, for
that's
us,
the buy low, sell high, and that's
it all up there. Yeah.
who was also a Chinese wrestler, if I'm not
Buy low,
mistaken.
sell high.
If I'm not
that's what
mistaken.
my fortune cookie said.
Yeah, buy
Dinner
low,
last night.
sell high.
So, and it's okay for us as U.S. citizens to invest in those companies.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any
Companies in China trade in the U.S. and vice versa.
Yeah.
All right, now, and one last question for you, John. And once again, John Kirkland with Ironridge Global Partners. In fact, throw the website up there, guys. It's ironridgeglobal.com. There's John's shiny face there next to the, but he is the managing director there. But one last question for you on this, and that's, is it more attractive for you to deal with a company that's U.S.-based that does business in China, or that's Chinese-based doing business everywhere?
We've done both. It's a safer bet to do business with a U.S. company with Chinese suppliers. But the flip side of that is if it's riskier, it's bigger reward.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
John, thanks for coming in. I hope you'll come back again. John's a regular
That was
anyway.
great.
He's kind of our institutional investor, small cap. Next week when you come back, I want you to talk to us about the ins and outs of small cap investing, because you guys investing in small cap stocks and big cap stocks are one thing. Us investing is a different thing, and there's certain things that we have to look out for. So, check it out. John, thanks
need
for
a
that.
nap
Appreciate that.
now.
John Kirkland,
That's great.
Ironridge Global Partners. So go to ironridgeglobal.com.